Hey guys, it's Mr. Garner again. I know you guys are probably getting sick of hearing my voice already. It's only been 5 minutes, but don't worry. I'm not going to have 5 minute lectures every day. We're just going to keep going along. I think it's really important for me to explain the geography of Rome to you guys. So, without further ado, we're going to get started. So, Rome is located on a peninsula. We're going to go over this step by step. Located on the Mediterranean, has the Mediterranean climate, as you could imagine. It's mountainous. We'll go over why that's important. There's Mount Vesuvius, the volcano, along it, and is located along rivers. So Rome is a great place for any civilization that's just starting out to actually grow and thrive. So we're going to explain how the geography of Rome helped them so much. Okay, so the Alps, we're going to go over these two mountains in separate slides, but we're just going to kind of cover the same things on them. So I'll probably skip the next part. So advantages. It may provide protection, and some passes allow travel. So think about if you're on top of a hill, you get to see so much in front of you. You get to see miles and miles in front of you. So if you put military bases and different military posts on hills, they'll be able to see the enemy coming from far away. You're not very likely to get any intruders because you can see them. Also, so some passes allow travel. You can put military installations right near areas of travel. So I'm actually in the military, so we called them major passes, right? So we'll usually put troops there and force the enemy to come. So because there's only a few passes in the mountains, enemies cannot like flank you, like go around you or anything like that. So that's a major advantage to have in defending. Some disadvantages: it isolated Rome from some other cities. So unfortunately, Rome is going to have to get food and supplies from other areas of Rome, which is usually not a problem. Okay, so same thing, just another mountain range. So we're going to skip through that. All right, so the Mediterranean Sea, we're just going to talk about how water and seas can really help you out. So it provides way to trade and travel. So now you can take your boats from your port, which is an area where you can dock your ships and trade with merchants in the area, so they can load up the boats on the port and travel to different areas and trade. It provides food. Obviously, there's fish that live in the sea, so you can just go fishing and get your family dinner for the night. You can also see the enemy coming by sea. It's pretty easy to detect an enemy ship coming during that time period, and it's centrally located. There's a lot of other civilizations, and Rome will end up conquering most of them, but there's a lot of other places that you can easily get to through the Mediterranean. Disadvantages: there might be some floods, and rich, fertile soil make it a target for invaders. So if you have really nice land, someone might want to take it. All right, so river is kind of the same thing. There's fish. It provides rich soil for farming, but freshwater rivers also provide drinking water. That's going to be a huge problem, believe it or not, in the upcoming future. People are going to go to war over water pretty soon, probably. Disadvantages: so there's flooding, like the sea, too shallow to travel by, so you can't send your ships through it. And swamps and marshes attract mosquitoes and insects carrying diseases. Unfortunately, during that time period, they don't have the medical vaccines and medicines, so a lot of people getting sick from malaria may die. All right, so they have islands. They're defensible positions, Sicily and Sardinia. They're able to have harbors, ports, like I was talking about earlier, areas that they can trade very easily, areas that they can defend very easily because remember, they can see. The only disadvantage is you have to travel to it. It's kind of secluded from the rest of the area. All right, so we went over what a peninsula is. It provides access to water, provides trade routes, like what we talked about, food, provides lookout for enemies, everything that we went over earlier. Disadvantages: again, flooding and more costs more coast to defend, and therefore more costs. All right, so climate, good for growing crops. If you can grow crops during this time period and defend your land, you're going to be in good shape, and Rome is able to